campus of North High School in Worcester, Massachusetts. Charter Communications presents exclusive coverage of Central Mass High School basketball. Tonight, it's 1 versus 2 as St. John's visits North. It's high school hoops on Charter TV3. Hello, everyone, and welcome inside the Polar Dome. It is a packed house, a standing room only crowd. Number 1 North, number 2 St. John's. Kevin, what a great game we're in for tonight, and we will find out who the true number 1 team is. They'll settle it on the court the way it should be done.
Absolutely. It's going to be a knockdown, drag-out, standing room only. People are lined up against the walls already. We're still 10 minutes out of the start of the ball game. It's an electric atmosphere, and it's going to be an amazing game.
In addition to that, we're going to see what you believe are the two most athletic teams in Central Mass, bar none.
In my personal opinion, I do think that with the number of kids that are on the court tonight, that both teams have the most athletic kids in Central Massachusetts combined as teams. So we're going to see people that are quick with their feet, people that see the floor exceptionally well. We're going to have people that have dime passes that can shoot the ball, and then we've got the human eraser on both sides.
And we may see some dunks as well. It certainly should be a dandy. It's number 1 North, number 2 St. John's. We're back with the opening tip-off right after this. Welcome back, everyone. We are live from North High School, first time ever, broadcasting a game live from North, or broadcasting a game, Charter TV3. There is Al Petway, the Natalie-attired coach of the North High Polar Bears. They will start Manny Tarwo, Marquise Berry, Quasi McLean, Gaetano Icavoni, and Cedric Quacamensa. St. John starts David White, Brian Perrin, Bennett Knowlton, Richard Rogers, and Chad LeBove. Gaetano Icavoni just 2 points away for 1,000 for his career.
Kevin, an awfully tight gymnasium here, so look for a lot of pressure that North is going to bring against St. John's. St. John's is going to have to take care of the basketball.
Pioneers win the opening tip. David White has it. White averaging 21 points a game.
North opens up in a straight 2-3 zone.
White, straightaway jumper, no good. Offensive rebound by Perrin in the putback. The 6-foot senior Perrin.
Brian Perrin with a great read off the bounce, off the David White miss with the putback. St. John starts at the other end, man-to-man.
The Perrin family, an outstanding athletic family. Icavoni, no good. Rebound by Quacamensa, tipped up, no good. White will run. Knowlton in the corner. Tried to feed it into Rogers, picked off by Quacamensa. Tarwo will bring it up for North.
Nice job defensively by North that time.
Marquise Berry off the mark. White ahead of the pack. Count the basket. And the foul will go on Quacamensa, his first.
Outstanding outlet pass. David White leaked right away. We'll take a good look at it here. LeBove, again, a high IQ center for St. John's, gets it up. David White with the lay-in and the foul.
You know, it's just a smart play by White, too, to shield his body, to know that the contact's coming and to draw that contact. If you're St. John's, you want to get Cedric Quacamensa in foul trouble early. That will change the face of this game. David White completing the three-point play. Bob Foley, the Hall of Fame coach at St. John's. He has already been inducted in the Massachusetts Basketball Coaches Hall of Fame. And Berry draws the foul. Bob Foley coached at Uxbridge, coached at St. Peter Mary, coached at St. John's. Al Petway, his brother Kevin Petway, one of his assistant coaches. Al played at Harding High School and then at Worcester State College.
North doing a good job, Kevin. That trip down, working the ball around. Marquise Berry with the duck in from the weak side. Great entrance pass, and he got hit. Earns himself 2. St. John's off to an early lead here, but don't forget, this is the home of the Polar Bears. North goes into a 2-2-1 full court zone press.
St. John's up by 3. David White again, the alley-oop for Rogers. Rogers comes down with it, the hook. No good, LeBove blocked by Quacamensa. Tarwo, foul by Rogers.
Well, Cedric Quacamensa is just so quick to the ball. I believe Kevin, I don't.
So here is Rogers picking up his first personal foul. And the North Court, these are the dimensions, but remember, this was a junior high. This was never meant to be a high school.
Right, so the court is 2 feet wider in one spot than a junior high school regulation court.
And a long jumper from Quasi McLean.
Well, Quasi McLean can really get it done. He can take it inside and outside. He starts to get into a groove. He's tough.
Steal by Berry. And the putback, Marquise Berry, and quickly North has run off 4 straight, and they take a 1-point lead.
Again, a good look at the tenacity and quickness of Marquise Berry.
Here's Perrin, right at Kwakamensa. White the rebound. David White, couple pump fakes up. No good. Rebound still loose. Rogers comes down with it. Perrin from beyond the arc. Icavoni the rebound. Manny Tarwo will bring it up.
Nice battle inside by both teams.
The Rock, Manny Tarwo's shot is off the mark. North with some pressure defense.
Looks like we're going to see a little bit of a free defense. It appears that North dropped into a diamond in one or a box in one on David White that time. White, of course, averaging 21 a game. If they can lock him up, it's going to make things very difficult for the Pioneers.
Berry. And White is the quarterback of that offense, without question.
So St. John's jumps out 5-zip, and again in the Polar Dome, the Polar Bears reel off 6 consecutive to take the lead.
Here's David White. He receives a lot of attention when he's out there on the court. LeBeau, remember, he missed a lot of time with a sprained ankle this year. We saw that one. Here's Rogers giving St. John's the lead back. Richard Rogers, an outstanding football and basketball player. Already been offered a football scholarship by Maryland. And there are a host of other big-time colleges that are all over him.
This is a key matchup right here.
Kwakamensa no good. Rogers the rebound, quickly gets it out to White. David White may have been partially blocked, and it'll be St. John's ball. Tarwo says, hey, I got bumped.
Well, he put the ball to the floor, and there was contact. In a game like this with 2 veteran officials, they're going to let them play a little bit here.
Tell you what, if you get a shot of it, we have had one. Alan, Kevin Petway side by side. They are right out of GQ tonight. Page 2 and 3 of the GQ catalog. Rogers, no good. Long rebound. White picks it up. And he is fouled, and Tarwo's going to say, are you kidding me? Look at Cedric Kwakamensa, a leader, though. Pulling Manny Tarwo back. Tarwo's saying, I just got bumped. Nothing, then I get called for that. Manny Tarwo played football this fall for the first time.
Kwakamensa at 6'7" is only a junior. Tremendous upside, a lot of colleges. It's attracted an awful lot of attention. This North High team is a real deal. They're very athletic, and they play exceptionally well together. Well coached by Al Petway.
Tarwo will go to the line and shoot 2 as St. John's goes to their bench. Matt Harrington's come in, Ryan Kelly and Matt Pilecki as well. Look at Manny Tarwo taking it up strong, drawing the foul.
Very physical young man. He saw a lot of daylight and just attacked the glass, trying to get to the tin as quickly as he can. He gets hit and earns 2.
Tarwo hits the first. 5'8" senior. Al Petway has his starting 5 in there still. White skies for the rebound. St. John's 3 of 11 from the field so far. Harrington tried to dish it off to Kelly. North 2 of 8 from the field. Here comes White. St. John's trying to get it up the court as quick as they can. Rogers hangs and hits. You see the strength of Richard Rogers because Icavoni was playing very good defense on him.
Well, but again, you're absolutely right. Icavoni got right in his face, did a great job of staying home.
Tarwo the offensive rebound. Manny Tarwo drops it home. First field goal of the night for Tarwo. We are all tied up at 9 apiece.
Back to the 2-2-1.
Here's Pilecki, who did a great job in Chad Lebov's absence. While Lebov was hurt, Pilecki was called on to really pick up the slack, and the 6'5 sophomore did just that, playing very well. Tarwo on the break. Manny Tarwo, great crossover. And North has a 2-point lead.
Well, right now we got Richard Rogers on a tender ankle. He must have turned it here. Looks like Bobby Foley's going to let him play through it.
Tarwo, that was an ankle breaking move that Tarwo just made. That crossover. Pilecki, free throw line jumper, knocks it down. We're all tied again. Well, so far this game has lived up to expectations as Rogers is going to go out. The officials call timeout. Rogers is going to have to be tended to on the bench. That would be a very big loss for St. John's.
Here's that dribble drive and the strength. A great ball fake as he splits the defender and gets right to the basket. Outstanding move. Good look at Quasi McLean. Both of these teams, Kevin, come into tonight at 10-1, as you said. Their only loss by each of them has been Doherty High School.
Tarwo, count the basket. Tarwo with a chance for a three-point play, and Manny Tarwo right now is saying to his teammates, get on my back.
Tarwo taking advantage of his strength and quickness, takes it right at Matt Harrington from St. John's, goes up, gets hit, and a chance for the three-point play.
We have had 3 ties and 4 lead changes. Tarwo has scored North's last 8 points. Here's Harrington and Bennett Knowlton as they try to break that press underneath. Kelly could not convert. Kwakamensa with a big rebound.
Good opportunity for St. John's, couldn't capitalize on it.
Deep 3 from McLean. That was about one step over half court. Well, make it Marquise Berry. Marquise Berry with the deep 3.
Marquise Berry, you know, again, a young man that's very strong, very athletic. He can dunk the basketball almost any way that you want it. He's very quick. Big steal by Icavoni.
And he dishes off. McLean gets it back to Icavoni. Looking for some help, picked off. First turnover of the game for North. Here comes Berry. Icavoni. And Icavoni with his 1,000th career point. Gaetano Icavoni hits it, and he now has 1,000 for his career. Congratulations to Gaetano Icavoni. What an accomplishment. He didn't even know he was that close. Al Petway said he didn't know he was close. But I'm not going to tell him, I'm not going to say anything about it. I'm just going to, when he gets it, we're going to mention it. Icavoni's got a special haircut, too, for tonight's game. The basketball shaved into the side of his head.
It's looking awfully fresh. He just gained his 1,000th point. 6'3", he's got a good inside game, can really shoot the 3.
Jim Murphy with the announcement. Gaetano Icavoni getting congratulated by his teammates. 1,000 career points. A lot of hard work.
Good look
goes
at
into that accomplishment.
St. John's contingency, giving him the high five. Guy going up into the stands, gives his mom a hug and a kiss, and the basketball. Great following, great support here at North High.
Al's going to have to pull him back down out of the crowd. I think they're going to want to use that basketball. Ernie Floyd's got the ball. That's, yeah, if Ernie has his hands on it, forget it. It's going home with him.
Class act. Bob Foley comes over to congratulate Guy.
Yep. Yeah, right. That's a classy move. The St. John's section giving Gaetano Icavoni a standing ovation as well. Astute basketball fans.
16-11.
Remember, Kevin, it started off 5-0 St. John's. North has been rolling, and it's been really Manny Tarwo.
Well, that 2-2-1 press has really benefited them thus far. St. John's, it's created a lot of turnovers, whether it be in the full court set or in the half court, with turnovers trying to get the ball into the post.
Here's Perrin looking for some help, trying to get it to Rogers. Lebov comes out for it.
Looks like a diamond and one on David White.
Icavano with the steal. Icavoni. 7 turnovers for St. John's, and Marquise Berry with a 3 makes it hurt. Berry has 7 points already. Kelly going up strong.
Big
Kwakamensa.
rebound.
And Cedric Kwakamensa, the human eraser. Boy, does he, if he doesn't block the shot, he alters it. He is such an impact player. Here's Berry again for 3. North on an 8-0 run right now.
Pat Wilson. Pat Wilson, it is a game for North High School.
Al Petway giving some instructions to Quasi McLean. Pass is too tall for Rogers.
Too much air under it. Another
And again,
turnover.
Credit the North defense. This defense that North is playing right now is creating havoc with St. John's.
Well, I'm sure that the St. John's crew is very happy to see Richard Rogers back in the lineup. So he must have just tweaked that ankle.
St. John's out rebounding North right now, 14-9.
5-second violation. You know, and that happens, Kevin, when you're going more east to west without any penetration towards the basket. A closely guarded individual.
5-3 on the offensive glass, the advantage to St. John's. The advantage on the scoreboard goes to North, 19-11. It's an 8-point lead for the #1 ranked Polar Bears. White, no good as the shot clock expires, and does the game clock. That is the end of the first quarter. #1 North in front of #2 St. John's, 19-11. We're back with more from the Polar Dome right after this. Getting into the second quarter now. North with the ball in the lead, 19-11. Manny Tarwo, rock they call him. He has been the rock for North. And McLean draws the foul. The 6'3 senior will go to the line. He has 2 points so far tonight.
Nice job by Quasi putting the ball to the floor. Going into the basket and getting himself 2 shots. North really has done a great job with their press and then with their half-court defense. They got out of the gate a little slow, but they've been on a roll here on their home court ever since.
McLean hits 1 of 2. Rogers the rebound. White will bring it up. Here's Harrington. Rogers up top, guarded by Tarwo. Great quickness, this North defenders. Harrington for 3. McLean the rebound. Gets it up to Berry. Marquise Berry, high flying, swatted by Rogers.
We have out of bounds, I believe.
Stepped on the end line. It'll be North basketball. Rogers, I think the ankle's fine.
You talk about timing. Watch Rich Rogers. Here he comes.
Oh.
You know, we talked about his athleticism. Obviously, at 6'4", you know, he's an incredibly strong specimen. He's got great court savvy, outstanding football player. Icavoni with a great job coming from the weak side for that rebound and the putback in
White,
and out.
The rebound. David White's done a great job of coming back and collapsing to pick up rebounds. Rogers, just inside the arc, gets a 2, but the first points of, actually making the 6 points of the night for Richard Rogers.
But he broke what was a severe cold spell for the Pioneers, no doubt about it. Steal by Lebov.
Rogers went up for the slam, fouled by Kwakamensa. He will shoot 2. So Cedric Kwakamensa picking up his 2nd personal foul.
Well, here he is off the bounce. Now watch him, he brings it right back into him. Absolutely no intimidation there. Nice job going hard to the basket by Rich Rogers. Kwakamensa, probably the most dominant eraser in Central Mass in terms of his leaping ability and block shots.
Oh, the way he affects the game is incredible.
Well, that was his second.
Berry, offensive rebound, Kwakamensa. Ball is loose, players hit the deck. Berry comes up with it. Kwakamensa kicks it to Icavoni on the baseline. Back to Kwakamensa. Great unselfish play by North. Drawing defenders, finding the open man, moving the ball quickly.
Great patience.
McLean's three, no good. White, another rebound. There we're gonna get a travel. And again, credit the defense of North.
Great hands defensively and good quickness. They tied up David White and they get the ball back here.
Kwakamensa goes to the bench for North. Pat Wilson's coming in. Wilson lost it.
Nice pass again. Guy Icavoni with an outstanding pass from the high post to the low post. 18 on the shot clock from North.
Tarwo. High rebound. Harrington comes away with it. 5'11" junior Matt Harrington, his brother, is a very good player for St. John's at Villanova now, part of the engineering program.
North matches up man-to-man with the lineup that St. John's has on the floor right now. Again, there's the quickness of Berry on Pilecki. Berry at 5'10".
Harrington looking for some help. Bennett Knowlton. Bennett Knowlton with his first two of the night. It's a 5-point game, 20-15, North in front. Icavoni, three.
We talked about his range and his ability to knock down the threes. There's a really good look at him.
8-point North lead.
On the St. John's side, if Bennett Knowlton starts to heat up, that's going to open things up for St. John's. He can shoot the three. He has a great leaping ability.
Pilecki on the baseline. And Wilson's going to pick up his first personal. Pat Wilson. High School Hoops on Charter TV 3 is brought to you in part by Carl's Oxford Diner. Big food and big fun on Main Street in Oxford. St. John's will put it in play, down 5. Floater in the lane, Icavoni the rebound.
Nice penetration that time by Brian Perrin, just couldn't get the shot to go. St. John's back in the man-to-man defense.
Tarwo drives and kicks, Icavoni, deep three in the corner, got it. Gaetano Icavoni starting to heat up.
Exactly, here comes the rhythm. You know, it was outstanding defense by St. John's. Dribble, drive, and a kick, but Icavoni had a man in his face and he hit the bottom of the well.
Timeout on the floor with 4:13 remaining here in the half. 26 North in front, 26-15. High School Hoops on Charter TV 3 brought to you in part by Bertera Nissan of Auburn, conveniently located on Route 20 in Auburn.
Watch the dribble drive here. Again, the Rock takes it hard. St. John's collapses, but Perrin got out to the corner. High hands. He did a great job of getting to Icavoni, but he's just in that groove and he can feel it. Once the ball's out of his hands.
And you know what, too, with North, every single player on the North that's out on the court can handle the ball very well. They all drive and dribble like a guard. So it's very tough to defend this North team or to try to press them or try to do some things because they're so good with the basketball.
Well, again, that's athleticism. You know, we talked the last couple of games that we had on the hill up at Holy Cross, you know, about how they're trying to bring in players that are athletic, that can jump, that can shoot, that can handle the ball, and it makes it so much more difficult when you have to defend that.
Rogers up and in. Rogers has 8 points.
Ryan Kelly with a great bounce pass into the paint. Rogers with the finish. Nice play by St. John's. Good court vision by Kelly.
Tarwo up top. Icavoni puts it to the floor. The runner in the lane. No good. Rebound comes out to Perrin. Perrin on the run. And drops it home.
Oh, nice take. Al Petway looking for the charge.
Yeah, he's definitely looking for the charge.
You know, he might have had a case there. I'll be honest with you. Quasi McLean Robinson was waiting for him right there. Here's the dribble drive. Oh, maybe it was.
He held his ground, yeah.
Maybe it was a close. Maybe it was a good no call because his right foot shuffled a little late.
He was setting himself. He was waiting. Robinson was waiting. Quasi McLean. And Tarwo draws the foul down the other end. We talked about this North defense and the pressure. St. John's has turned it over 8 times, North 3. North has 7 points off of turnovers. St. John's has yet to score off of a turnover.
Well, there's Tarwo. He crosses up David White. He gets a dribble drive. You got Chad LeBove coming from the weak side to help out, which certainly alters shots. But David White picks up the foul as he rode him into the lane.
Rock has 9 points for North.
Good quick look at the North High cheerleaders. Timeout North.
North held St. John's scoreless for the last 2 minutes and 19 seconds of the first quarter and the first minute and 6 of the second quarter. We've got 3:24 to play in the half. It is North holding serve at home, 27-19. Welcome back, everyone. You see the North huddle. Al Petway, the head coach of North. What a great job he has done with the Polar Bears. And he's got them playing great basketball now. He still doesn't think that they've peaked, and that's, you know, his theme this year was we don't want to peak early. We don't want to play our best basketball at the beginning of the year. We want to play our best basketball at the end of the year. He said they may have started to really start turning things up with their last game against Doherty. The win last week where they had McLean hit a deep 3 very late in the game, and North held off Doherty, then #1 ranked Doherty.
North back to the 2-2-1. 9-point lead for the Polar Bears.
Perrin. Kelly flashes for him. Bennett Knowlton's shot no good. LeBeau kept it alive. Tarwo picks it up. Tarwo straight at the hoop, no good.
Well, we got a charge. Brian Perrin stepped in. Tarwal, he takes it so hard to the basket. He's so quick with the ball in his hands. Brian Perrin beat him to the spot. Get a good look at it right here in your living room. Perrin looking to hold his ground, and apparently did.
Al Petway saying, wait a minute, didn't we just see that down the other end?
Yeah, exactly.
Good defensive pressure again by North. Perrin trapped in the backcourt.
10 seconds. Great defensive effort by North. Somewhat uncharacteristic, but I have to believe that it's the intensity of the defense of North. Let's take a look at it here. Another turnover for St. John's. Nice side front on all the flashes by North, and a 10-second violation by St. John's. St. John's settles into a zone. White with a block.
Tarwo. Ball is loose. LeBeau comes away with it. 9-point North lead. Rogers with a high-flying acrobatic 2. Rogers has 10 points.
Well, there's a really good look. Rich Rogers goes up with his right hand, switches to his left, lays it in off the glass.
Turnover will be St. John's ball.
Take a look at this move. Junior in high school, goes hard to the rack, goes up, switches hands, lays it in off the window with his left hand.
That's
nice
big time. That's a big time move. 28-21, North in front of St. John's with 2:10 to play here in the first half. David White, and he's fouled.
Needless to say, Division I, II, and III colleges represented here tonight with the level of talent that's on the floor. Here's David White, another player very quick off the dribble, quick to the basket, having his best year of his career at St. John's, averaging 21 a game. Has really come out, he knew what he had to do. Obviously, Kevin, as he aspires to get a scholarship.
He's a strong player too. I look at his arms. That's a physically strong player.
Well, he's so deceiving because when you watch him run from the waist down, he's going 110 miles an hour, and it really doesn't seem it. He reminds me a lot of the guy Begley.
John Bagley.
Bagley, rather.
Former Boston College standout who played in the NBA. Bennett Knowlton. St. John's going on a run here. They're within 4.
Nice penetration. Knowlton had the jump shot, but he wanted to take it into the paint, into the war zone.
And now St. John's with a trap. Al Petway wants a timeout. The St. John's defense now doing it to North.
St. John's cuts the lead to 4. Here's where North can bend a little bit, can flex a little bit, but you don't want him to break. Let's take a look at Knowlton. He had that 15 mid-range jumper from the low post short corner, but he chose to take it into the paint. Nice strong move, got a shooter's bounce around the rim and in.
Sean Doherty, assistant coach at Quinnipiac College, one of the Division I coaches in attendance tonight. Of course, he played his high school ball at Burncoat. Very familiar with the Inter High, very familiar with Central Mass basketball. Was an assistant coach at Assumption, at Holy Cross, and he's now down with Tommy Moore at Quinnipiac College. Was the head coach at Salem State and was a terrific, had a terrific mark at Salem State. They won the MASCAC year in and year out and went to the NCAAs under Sean Doherty's direction.
Quasi McLean got the deep bounce rebound, but he stepped out of bounds. St. John's will get it back and a chance to cut it to 2, possibly 1.
St. John's on a 9-2 run right now. Rogers. Good defense by McLean. It's White off the window, 2-point game.
David White finds a way to get to open space. He goes through traffic. St. John's with a little bit of full court zone pressure themselves. White knocks it out of bounds.
This game is being contested for the every inch of the floor is being contested tonight. See Ernie Floyd at the right of your screen, one of the assistant coaches for Al Petway. Ernie Floyd had a great career at Holy Cross. Ike Avoni for 3. Long rebound. McLean comes away with it. Floyd still holds the record for field goal percentage in a season at Holy Cross. Had a tryout with the Milwaukee Bucks to the NBA. David White, no good. Rogers tips it up. McLean comes away with it. Great basketball mind is Floyd. Works with the big men here. No good on the jumper off of Montecavo.
Nice job and great hustle by Pat Wilson for North that time. Tying up Chad LeBeau. Possession will go to St. John's. Alessandro Montecavo in at the point for the Polar Bears. Quasi McLean, number 25 for North, can really jump. He's had some issues over the last couple years with his ankles, but he has a tremendous leaping ability, a great vertical jump, and he's quick off his feet.
As does Perry. David White, rebound Pilecki, and Pilecki rather has tied it up.
Matt Pilecki, great position rebound.
And the St. John's crowd coming to their feet, trying to urge on their team as St. John's has come all the way back to tie this one up. And we go to the half. Dead even. Number 1 North, number 2 St. John's. We are all tied up at 28 apiece. We'll be back with all of our halftime activities right after this.
You can treat this like another all the same, but don't cry like a bitch when you feel the pain. Time coming, and the tables turn around. 'Cause one of us is going, one of us
are back with the second half, 28 all. North, Quacamensa. Rogers got a piece of it, Berry no good, offensive rebound. And McLean had that one blocked by LeBove and Rogers. First half statistics, St. John's shooting 42%, North 27%. St. John's 0 for 5 from beyond the arc, North shooting 25% from three-point range. Rebounding advantage for the Pioneers, Quacamensa no good. Rogers the rebound.
Kevin, if you recall, we had the St. John's Doherty game earlier in the year. Chad LeBove went down just before the half. He's missed several games, so St. John's has played without him. Consequently, they've been able to get more playing time for more players and to develop a little bit more chemistry. Now the big man is back, so that opportunity that was presented to those other kids has only helped the Pioneers become a stronger team.
6'6" senior Chad LeBove. His older brother Matt helping guide St. John's to a state championship last year. And Matt has jumped right onto the scene up at Dartmouth and been an impact player for the Big Green as a freshman.
Let's not forget Matthew was also the Massachusetts State High School Player of the Year last year.
St. John's 3 for 7 from the free throw line tonight. And now it's St. John's again turning up their defense. Good ball movement by North. Quacamensa fouled by LeBove.
Might have been Bennett Knowlton.
Let's see who gets it.
Quick pass inside.
Good
nice
dish. Yeah, you're right. I don't know, LeBove reached, could go to either one. But it's a great pass by Icavoni.
No look, nice pass on the slip down the lane.
Quacamensa averaging a double-double. If you put the blocks in there, he's averaging double figures in blocks to go along with 11.5 points a game. St. John's has done a nice job.
Looks like
trying to get their shots off.
Looks like they're in a 1-3 with a chaser. Skip pass from White, who's being played man-to-man to Bennett Knowlton. Again, a little too much air. Knowlton lands out of bounds. Here's the St. John's. Looks like a 1-3-1 trap, Kevin.
10th turnover for St. John's. Here's Berry looking for some space. Underneath, block. Quacamensa draws the foul.
Well, great perseverance by North. Again, Marquise Berry, who has tremendous vertical leap, takes it hard to the rack under the glass, gets pinned. Take a look at it here. It comes back inside, gets blocked by the back of the backboard. And again, Cedric with the rebound in the right place at the right time. Nice nose for the ball.
Well, free throws have been the name of the game for North. They have yet to record a field goal. Their last one came with 4 minutes and 17 seconds to play in the first half. It's been all free throws. Bennett Knowlton, no good. Quacamensa the rebound.
Not a bad look. We saw Bennett knock that down in the first half.
Icavoni, that's his shot. 3 for Gaetano Icavoni. He has 11 points, 3 threes, and North has a 4-point lead.
Picked up where he left off with the rhythm.
Bennett Knowlton.
That's a huge foul if it goes on Cedric.
Count the basket. It is on Cedric Quacamensa. That is his 3rd. Bennett Knowlton just attacking the big man. The 6'1 senior Knowlton going right at the 6'7 Quacamensa.
Brian Perrin taking it hard to the rack there, doing a great job. Finishes the 3-point play.
Outstanding play by Perrin.
Here's the push by North.
McLean on the drive. Rogers the rebound. St. John's with a chance to take the lead.
You know, again, I stand by my statement, Kevin, earlier, and that is that Man for man, I think overall, with total depth, these two teams probably are the most athletic in Central Mass.
Icavoni trying to give North the lead right back. But a big offensive rebound by the Polar Bears. Berry draws the foul.
McLean doing a great job keeping it alive, kicks it over Marquise Berry. He takes it off the bounce, sees a little bit of daylight going through the paint, and he gets hit. Take a look at it here. Here's Berry after the kick out through two defenders. And again, you see Chad LeBove coming from the weak side. Both big men from either side do a very good job of reading the penetration, the dribble drives, and do a great job of altering or blocking shots.
Marquise Berry averaging 16 points a game. Eight points for Berry. We're all tied up at 34 apiece. We have had 6 lead changes and 6 ties.
Here's the 2-2-1 full court zone press by
Berry
St.
the
John's.
steal. Couldn't convert. LeBove has it. Trying to go inside to LeBove. Here comes Berry back the other way. North has the lead.
Great outlet pass, outstanding push by North. They get the easy basket. Again, it started with defense.
Rogers down the other end, no good. LeBove battling for the offensive rebound. He will pick up a foul.
Over the top, they called Chad LeBove, trying to keep it alive on the miss. Here's the quick outlet, great job, good court vision. Berry gives the Polar Bears that 2-point lead.
Icavoni. Great movement without the basketball by North. They have a 4-point lead with under 4.5 to play in the third quarter. Kevin Shea with Kevin Wells. Thanks for joining us. Rogers, but the whistle blew. And a timeout taken by St. John's. We will take it as well. North in front of St. John's, 38-34. We're back with more right after this. Best crew in the business, our Charter TV3 crew. Dave Bolduck getting you the shot of the cheerleaders. And you can see behind just a packed house here in the Polar Dome. You'd have to get a shoehorn to fit any more people in the building right now.
Well, you can see them lined up. You know, the hallway is out behind that hall where people come in.
They're 3 deep to our right.
Absolutely.
Rogers, no good. St. John's still 0 for from beyond the arc. McLean, rebound by Rogers, stolen by Tarwo. Berry from the free throw line. LeBove the rebound.
Great defense by Tarwa, like that floating free safety. He just read that quarterback outlet and stepped in with the steal. They just couldn't convert.
Here's Harrington. He had a big game in the game we broadcast, St. John's' win against Doherty. Knocked out of bounds. It will be St. John's ball with 13 seconds remaining on the shot clock.
North doing an outstanding job the last couple minutes of putting a tremendous amount of pressure on the Pioneers.
Rogers inside to Pilecki. Rogers gets it. Offensive rebound by Ryan Kelly. And Ryan Kelly's going to shoot a pair.
Well, if you look, St. John's goes 6'6", 6'5", 6'4" up front, and they're really working hard to keep it alive.
Manny Tarwo just picked up his third personal. Kelly will have a pair from the free throw line. Hits the first. First points of the ball game for Ryan Kelly. It's a 3-point game. And the officials trying to separate some people.
Hot off the press, Kevin.
Wow. Oxford in front of Tantasco, 42-27 at the half. Oxford playing some great basketball. Are they a game or 2 games away? Are they 8-2? 2 games away from qualifying for the districts?
8-2 in the past. 9 has got you in, but 10 is pretty secure.
Quacamensa off the mark. Andy Lacombe will have highlights of that game tonight on Charter TV3. Pilecki picking up the foul.
Nice job by North getting inside, trying to take a little advantage of their height.
We could see the Pirates, and actually we will see the Pirates if it the way it is right now, especially if they win tonight at the Clark tournament. Making a return to the Clark tournament.
I believe they were there 2 years ago.
Quacamensa hits the first. Couple triple doubles this year for Quacamensa. Points, rebounds, and block shots.
North has held on to that 4-point lead for a while here.
Rogers 3, no good. Pilecki, the offensive rebound, goes up strong. Ball is still loose. Rogers runs it down, puts it to the floor, spins, kicks it out. Harrington for 3, no good. White the long rebound. White the long jumper. Rogers tip. Quacamensa gets a hand on it. Berry comes away with it. (39-35) North.
Little bit of a gamble with 2:30 with Quacamensa back in the ball game.
Here's Rogers with the steal. 6th turnover of the ball game for North. Rogers got stuffed as he got too close. Icavoni for 3, 7-point North lead. Gaetano Icavoni with his 4th 3 of the ball game.
Again, that's where he can really hurt you, the lefty.
North is on a 9-1 run.
Huge bucket. We got a timeout, St. John's.
It's going to be like the natural when Roy Hobbs had the lightning bolt on his sleeve and then started just crushing balls. Everyone on the North side is going to get that Gaetano Icavoni basketball shaved in the side of their heads. High School Hoops on Charter TV3 is brought to you in part by Carl's Oxford Diner. Big food and big fun on Main Street in Oxford. Here's the top 10 from the beginning of the week. North number 1 at 9-1. St. John's number 2 at 9-1. Both teams 10-1 right now, have qualified for district play. Doherty's 3rd. Whitensville Christian, we saw them. They are loaded in a fantastically talented team. They're 4th. Marlborough's 5th. Groton Dunstable, great game against Sabas out west in Springfield. Fitchburg took Doherty to overtime in the first game of the year. The Red Raiders are playing great basketball. We'll see them on Charter TV3 coming up. Maynard, Fowler leading Maynard to a 10-0 mark. Tantascwa in danger of going down tonight to Oxford. And Millbury, the Woolies, jumping into the top 10 with a 9-2 record.
Well, a win tonight by Oxford over Tantascwa could put Oxford in the top 10. They've already beaten Millbury, who's at number 10 now, one of their 2 losses. And obviously Tantascwa would have 3 losses, one of which would be to Oxford. Full court press again by the Polar Bears. Now, man-to-man pressure, the length of the floor. Tarwa is just so strong and so tough when he tries to lock you up. You know that he's right in your face.
St. John's has gone 3 minutes and 40 seconds without a field goal. Tarwo the steal, kicks it to Berry. Marquise Berry the finish.
Well, again, great defense causing a turnover by St. John's. Nice push and a finish by Marquise Berry. Great, again, take a look. Watch Tarwa to Berry. Watch the elevation. Goes up and over the top. Nice job off the window and in.
12 points for Marquise Berry. It is a 9-point North lead with 1:40 to play in the 3rd quarter. Bennett, no good. Berry the rebound. North will run. Berry takes it himself, finger rolling in. Marquise Berry elevating to the basket.
Well, again, coast to coast. He gets a rebound at one end. He takes it off the bounce. He's very quick with the ball in his hands. He's very strong. Sees a little daylight and lays it in.
Bennett Knowlton right down Main Street. And that ends the drought for St. John's in terms of field goals.
A big bucket for St. John's there. cuts the lead back to 9 with a minute to play in the third period.
Tarwo up top.
Nice switch by St. John.
Oh, Icavoni drains the 3 with a man in his face.
St. John's did a great job on the switch, but as soon as Icavoni had enough daylight and space, he gets that shot off really quick, and he's in a rhythm. He's in a zone.
The foul goes on Quasi McLean. Look at Icavoni's step back 3.
Exactly. Nice step back. He gave himself space. You know, and it really is tough to defend a lefty. He did a great job of getting himself to open space. Nice step back there.
Remember, we were tied at 28 all at the half. North has outscored St. John's 21-9 here in the third quarter.
I'll tell you, Kevin, both teams certainly are not shooting lights out from the free throw line tonight. The charity stripe has not been charitable.
Anything but tonight. North is winning the turnover battle, though. They have created 15 St. John's turnovers. Alessandra Montecavo in the ball game for North. Al Petway going to his bench. Montecavo, no good. Perrin the rebound. Pat Wilson also in the ball game for the Polar Bears. White at the buzzer, 3 and count it. David White.
Well, behind the back, behind the back, off of 1 foot.
Wow, White gets it back to single digits. At the end of 3, it's 49-40 North in front. We're back for the start of the fourth quarter.
Almost another turnover by St. John's.
Number 1 versus number 2. Number 1 North holding serve right now.
Nice job on the double team in the corner.
6 seconds on the shot clock. Pilecki in the lane. No good. Rebound. Berry comes away with it.
Nice little baby left-handed hook. Pilecki just couldn't get it to go.
And LeBove with a huge swat.
Chad LeBove on the dribble drive by Marquise Berry. Coming from the weak side. Take a look at it here. Great help. Berry beats Harrington off the bounce. And then Chad LeBove comes in to help out. The lead is at 9.
Rebounds do not tell the story. St. John's out-rebounding North 40-27 and 14-9 on the offensive glass. Turnovers telling the story tonight. Quacamenza off the feed from Tarwo. Back to a double-digit lead for North.
Great pass by Tarwo again. Travel by David White.
David White averaging 21 points a game, had been held to just 6 points before that buzzer-beating 3 at the end of the third quarter. 16th turnover of the game for St. John's. North has only turned it over 6 times. And McLean draws the foul. Quasi McLean taking it up strong. Rogers gonna be whistled for the foul.
Well, right off the inbounds pass, McLean slices through the lane, gets a pass back on his slip down Main Street and gets fouled. You know, again, another young man that has great body control when the ball in his hands, knows what to do, how to do it, and when to do it.
McLean will have one more. 6'3" senior, Quasi McLean.
A couple years ago, Kevin, a little history tidbit. My team was playing in the state finals, and Quasi had a chance to win it at the buzzer, and it just rimmed out. So he's played in a lot of big games.
Not afraid of taking the big shot, as you mentioned. Hit the big 3 to help North beat Doherty this season. Quacamenza called for the foul as Rogers draws it. Number 4 on Cedric Quacamenza. Al Petway can't believe it. Now he's going to be in a tight spot.
Well, here's Rogers. He goes in. You know, and again, Quacamenza looking to get that block. You can't blame him. Rest assured, Bobby Foley and St. John's, the next opportunity they have with Cedric in the ball game, they're going to go right at him again.
Pat Wilson checks in for Cedric Quacamenza, so your 6'7" player comes out, you replace him with a 5'10" player. You certainly lose a lot in terms of how you affect St. John's offensively.
No doubt about it. Wilson's a strong young man. He's a wide body. He works hard. You know, he does a great job in the paint, but he's not 6'7" and long. Nice skip pass.
Icavoni in the corner for three, in and out. White has it. David White to Rogers, they keep it hot. Knowlton crosses over, Icavoni the block, and knocked out of bounds by North. Good defense that time by Quasi McLean. 6:28 to play, 51-42, North in front. Here's Perrin, he stepped on the line. St. John's has been held to just 14 points in the entire second half. That is a credit to this North defense.
Here's the trap by St. John's.
North with a couple one-touch passes, picked off Bennett Knowlton. Good defense by the Pioneers. Knowlton stripped to the basketball. Icavoni comes back, 2-on-1. Icavoni takes it himself.
Nice finish by Guy Icavoni off the window with the left hand.
Everyone's going to get those basketballs cut into the side of their head the next time you're at the barber. Richard Rogers, the sports clip in Millbury, is going to be a hot item. Wilson, no good.
St. John's with numbers.
Rogers, Wilson the rebound. What a big rebound from Wilson.
Another good look for St. John's.
Here's Berry. Three. Marquise Berry in the north side exploding.
How did he get that shot? Again, you said it, Kevin. 5'10", Pat Wilson, position rebound. Great job keeping it alive for the Polar Bears.
17 points for Marquise Berry. It is a 12-point North lead. Here's White. Knowlton for three. Tipped up and around. Perrin with a big rebound. Ball is loose. Tarwo comes away with it.
St. John's snake bitten on the iron. They can't get the ball to drop.
Berry puts it to the floor. And he draws the foul, but it won't go. Marquise Berry, so explosive.
Great left-handed finish. Again, you know, being able to be ambidextrous. Finish right, finish left. Take a look at it here. Off the bounce, he beats Knowlton. Chad LeBeau comes over to help. Gets a piece of his arm. A near three-point play. He'll shoot two.
And Berry hits the first. North 7 for 18 three-pointers tonight. St. John's 1 of 9 from beyond the arc. Berry hits them both. 19 points for Marquise Berry.
Big free throws right there. Nice job.
Largest lead of the ball game for North. It's a 14-point advantage with 4 minutes and 40 seconds to play.
Is that 2-2-1 press?
Rogers on the block, short. LeBeau had it stripped. Here comes McLean.
Bobby Foley thought that LeBeau got hit off that bounce when he got the rebound. 14-point lead. The clock is running quickly on the Pioneers.
And you know what? You see Tarwo, just a great veteran. McLean takes it no good. But the veteran Tarwo, knowing, okay, let's enjoy the shot clock a little bit here and run it down. Wilson battling for that loose ball is going to be called for the foul.
Intentional foul. Let's take a good look at it and see what the officials saw in the lower corner. I think there was a leg. You can see the official. So that will be 2 shots, and St. John's will get the ball back. Bobby Foley, livered.
Yeah, he is livid. He is beside himself right now. So Perrin will get to shoot 2. In the second half, North shooting 47% from the field. St. John's 25%. St. John's will get the ball. 4:09 remaining, 14-point North lead, largest lead of the ball game for North.
Timeout, North.
We will take it alongside. We will be back with the finish, number 1 North and number 2 St. John's. You are watching exclusive coverage of high school basketball on Charter TV3. North had an 11-point lead with 4:17 to play in the first half. St. John's fought all the way back and tied it. We were tied at 28 all at the half. North has owned the second half. And the Polar Bears, Al Petway's club, up 58-44. And they're going to start with Cedric Quacamensa still on the bench. With 4:08 to play, a 14-point lead.
Once again, North in that 2-2-1.
Bennett Knowlton to the rack.
Good left-handed finish. They cut the lead to 12. They're going to have to turn up the heat defensively and start to gamble a little bit here.
Icavoni kicks it to the corner. Good ball movement from North. Berry with a 3. LeBove the rebound. Berry the steal. And Marquise Berry draws the foul.
Again, the intensity and the tenacity defensively that North is showing is unbelievable. LeBove looks for the outlet. Berry steps in.
And when we were talking about, they are contesting every inch of the court, North is. They're not giving up on a play. You know, LeBove gets the rebound right away. Berry's such a smart player.
Exactly.
Peels back and looks for that outlet pass, sees it, steps in front, picks it off, and draws the foul.
Well, right now, it's very clear. North is not playing to preserve a win. North is playing to win. And consequently, they're doing what's gotten them to this point in time and giving them a pretty substantial lead.
20 points tonight for Marquise Berry. Here goes Rogers quickly, in and out. Rebound, Berry. Icavoni has it now.
St. John's.
Under 3.5 to play.
St. John's has rimmed an awful lot of shots all night long.
Carey was the call, so it'll be St. John's ball. 3:24 to play. North with a 13-point lead.
Here's the full court pressure. They're playing David White hard, and they're zoning up everywhere else.
Perrin for 3, got it. It's a 10-point game.
And that's what St. John's is going to have to do. They've got some kids that can shoot the basketball. They're going to have to look to move the ball quickly and get some shots off. Charge.
Offensive foul, it'll be St. John's ball. And all of a sudden, you know, you're ready to kind of put this one in the books with about 4.5 minutes to go in a 14-point lead. Now it's a 10-point lead, and St. John's has the ball.
Well, you know, you think about it, you drain 2 threes, and now all of a sudden you go from 10, you're down 4.
Yeah.
So this game is far from over.
Cedric Quacamensa is back in the ball game for North, playing with 4 personal fouls.
But quite honestly, the way North has played consistently all night, especially here in the second half, they've been doing a great job.
Here's Perrin, gives it off to White. White has received a ton of attention tonight defensively from North. They have done a great job on David White. Quacamensa the block.
Oh, he called a jump ball.
Calls a jump ball. Can't see who the possession arrow favors. It is North.
Well,
But right away,
they were holding their breath.
Yep, and Quacamensa coming back off the bench and making that kind of a play.
People were worried that it was his 5th. Great pass.
And Quacamensa draws the foul. He'll shoot 2.
Again, Quasi McLean with a great dump pass inside. Here's the baseline drive, little pass inside. Cedric Quacamenza makes the first of two.
Quacamenza just 3 points tonight. All three have come from the free throw line, but he's been such a presence in the key, and he can affect the game in so many other ways. And he hits them both. Two big free throws for Quacamenza coming after a huge block. And all of a sudden, it's back up to double figures, the North lead. Perrin with another three.
Well, the zone press by North once again coming right back at it. St. John's breaks it this time. Good job sharing the ball.
It's a 9-point game with 2:10 to play. Berry to Tarwo up top.
Great no-look pass.
And Quacamenza the finish. Oh, a sensational feed.
Tarwa has really created fits for St. John's.
Rock has been the rock for North. Running the show. David White, no good. Quacamenza keeps it alive. Perrin comes away with it. Perrin gets it to Knowlton in the corner. Tarwo defending him. LeBeau. Elbow jumper. Tarwo the rebound. He'll run. Rogers knocks it free from behind. Here comes Rogers back the other way. Minute 25 to play. Rogers for three.
And
he's fouled and shoot three. On 11-point North lead, Richard Rogers will get 3 free throws with a minute 19 to play. Bob Foley didn't like something about the call. Nevertheless, his guy will have 3 free throws. Rogers has 15 points tonight to lead the way for St. John's. Perrin has 13. .21 points for Gaetano Icavoni.
Here's the St. John's pressure.
Here's Berry trying to run some time off that clock with an 8-point lead. And the clock is winding down, a minute 5 and counting. 13 on the shot clock. Quacamenza draws the foul on White. And Cedric Quacamenza will go to the line and shoot 2.
Great demonstration of patience there by North. They worked the ball around, they got it to the corner. And take a look from the corner. Cedric on the slip from the high post to the low post, all alone. David White had no choice but to come from the weak side and go for the block.
Great feed from Berry. Quacamenza will get one more. Trying to add to an 8-point lead with an even minute left. 1 minute left in the game. Number 1 North 63, number 2 St. John's 55. Quacamenza hits 1 of 2. 9-point game. And Quacamenza gets in and deflects it. That one was intended for Perrin, who has been deadly from beyond the arc in the last minute and a half.
Well, that left corner is a marked spot right now for Brian Perrin.
Yeah, if you're St. John's, that's who you want to have the ball in Brian Perrin's hands beyond the arc. Let him go for 3. Here's White with Berry defending him. Tremendous man-to-man defense by Marquise Berry. LeBeau has his shot blocked. Now he's fouled by Icavoni. Chad LeBeau staying with it. First shot was blocked, but he stayed right with it. And Icavoni will whistle for the foul.
Here's the bounce pass. LeBeau goes up, gets blocked, but gets his own rebound, gets hit. Earns 2 from the charity stripe.
Quacamenza, the man who got the block the first time around. LeBeau hits the first. 8-point game with 43 seconds to play. 7-point game.
Could be a long 45 seconds.
Here's Icavoni bringing it up. Icavoni trapped in the corner, fouled. I think that They're in the bonus. It's got to be at least a 1-and-1. He's going to shoot 2. Double bonus.
Tough to see because the scoreboard is directly behind us.
Yeah.
And it's the only scoreboard around.
38 seconds to play. Gaetano Icavoni will shoot. I think the question was 2 or 1-and-1. It will be 2. 7-point North lead, 64-57. First time these two teams have squared off this season. When you talk about the big three, it's North, St. John's, and Doherty. Well, Doherty and North have split. Doherty and St. John's have split. And the first meeting this season for North and St. John's. North with a 7-point lead. Icavoni will have one more. Missed it, long rebound. Icavoni comes up with his own rebound.
Huge rebound for North.
And now the clock is winding down. Precious seconds ticking off the clock for St. John's. In a 7-point game, Tarwo fouled with 27 seconds to play. But that's one possession worth of time that just ran off the clock with Icavoni getting his own rebound.
Exactly. Huge rebound for North.
Tarwo will have one more. North had been shooting very well from the free throw line. No good. Lebov the rebound. David White will bring it up quickly. 3 for White. Rogers the rebound. Rogers up, no good. White skies for the rebound, no good. Rogers the rebound. They've got to hoist threes now. White is fouled before the shot with 13 seconds remaining. One and one.
Not necessarily a bad thing, Kevin, because if they hadn't called that, he would have had an open look for that 3. This way, at best, he gets 2 out of it.
So White hits the first. He'll have one more. It's a 6-point game, so technically you're looking at a 2-possession game with 3s.
2 steals, couple good shots. You've seen stranger things happen.
As a coach, you can never relax. Al Petway calling for
great timeout. Great timeout that time.
5-point game with 13 seconds to play. North obviously wants to get the ball in and secure it. St. John's going to go for the steal. If you don't get the steal, you got to foul right away.
Absolutely. My guess is that they play the ball out of bounds with probably Chad Lebov, high hands everywhere, and then they gamble looking for the steal. I'm sure they're going to switch on screens. If they can get a steal and bury a jump shot, get a timeout, stranger things have happened.
There's Al Petway and Ernie Floyd.
Good timeout. I'm sure they set up an outstanding out-of-bounds play to get the ball inbounds. They want to get it obviously inbounds to the highest free throw percentage shooter. Al knows that they'll be going to the line.
Here's Kwakamensa coming down, and Tarwo has it, and that's who you want. You want it in the hands of Manny Tarwo. He's fouled with 11 seconds to play. Al Petway hasn't been able to relax. His team had a pretty good lead with about 4 minutes left, but St. John's has whittled away at it. Tarwo hits that free throw. That's a big free throw. Now it's a 6-point game with 11 seconds left. I'm sure Al can breathe a little easier right now.
Latest score out of Pirate Land in Oxford. Oxford 61, Tantascwa 49 at the end of the 3rd period.
Tarwo hits them both, 66-59. White drives down Main Street. Hits it with 5 seconds to play. But it's academic now. It's a 5-point
big
game.
free throws.
With 5 seconds to play, it's a 5-point game. That's it. Manny Tarwo hitting both free throws. That sealed it.
Well, and again, it's really poetic justice in one respect, in that he's had such a great game that he puts the frosting on the cake with those 2 free throws. Great high school basketball game here tonight, Kevin. Certainly could be a preview, depending on where they fall in 1, 2, and 3 for the district championship.
A lot of people here in the building, a lot more watching at home. We want to thank all of our viewers for watching tonight. St. John's and North. Number 1 North in front by 5 with 5 seconds left. Kevin Shea alongside of Kevin Wells. McLean puts it in play. LeBeau fouls Kwakamensa with 4 seconds to play. Cedric Kwakamensa will go to the line and shoot 2 with a 5-point North lead.
And that's why the importance is you play until the buzzer sounds.
Kwakamensa.
Right now, North hitting all of the points that they need from the free throw line. Critical free throws.
Kwakamensa hits them both. Big time player, Cedric Kwakamensa. At the buzzer, it won't go. North will retain the number 1 ranking in Central Mass. The Polar Bears knock off number 2 St. John's 68-61. Our next broadcast will come your way Tuesday night. It is Fitchburg and Wachusett. Our executive producer is Sean Grady. For Kevin Wells and our entire crew, I'm Kevin Shea. Thanks for watching so long from the Polar Dome. North is still number 1. Gaetano Icavoni gets his 1,000th career point. North wins it 68-61.